This is a review on the 47's Quark Prism kit. This kit was provided by 47's for review and to give away at FCW6. This is what you get in the kit. You basically get an elastic head strap, the prism itself in a rubber housing, and also a clear diffusing filter. What this does is it basically makes most of the Quark series into a headlamp or an angle light. Right here I have a Quark Titanium 123A, and it just slips over the head of the flashlight, and if you put it onto the head strap with these elastic straps, then it becomes a headlamp. If you had a pocket clip, and you could basically just clip it onto the belt or molly gear or whatever, and it becomes an angle light. The beam pattern on this isn't great when you use the prism without the filter, because I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's basically you have a round beam and then you have two semicircles on the side. This is mainly because the prism is rectangular in shape. The faces of the prism are rectangular in shape, so you're not going to get a perfectly circular beam. But really, as a headlamp, you would mainly use it with this diffuser filter. The diffuser filter snaps into the housing and gets held in place by these 4 tabs. It's pretty easy to put in. You just kind of slide it into place and snap it in, and it's not going to fall out at all. The only downside is that it is kind of hard to get the filter out without tools. Like, I find you really need a flathead screwdriver or something to kind of pry it out of the housing. But with the diffuser filter on, it's actually pretty nice beam. There's no throw to the flood because that's what a diffuser does. If you need throw and you need the headlamp, I guess just basically take off the prism, leave it on the head strap, and you could adjust the angle for whatever you want. You can also buy an additional filter kit for $10. It basically includes a red, a green, and a blue filter. I don't have that, but I guess if you really need the colored light, then it's not a bad deal. One thing I don't like about this kit is the strap size. Like, this is the smallest I can get it to be, and actually this is the largest I could get it to be, and then it basically shrinks down like this, and this is the smallest. I'm not sure if this is an older version of the Prism kit. I remember a lot of people were complaining about the strap being too small on Candle Power forums, and I think 47's corrected that. But I mean, if I have it stretched out all the way, it's not exactly uncomfortable. It is kind of tight, but it's still bearable at least. I was a little concerned that because I didn't have a pocket clip on my light, that maybe it would have some retention issues with the head strap, but actually these straps are pretty tight. Like, it's actually kind of hard to get the flashlight onto the strap, and when it's on there, it stays on there. I don't think you'll have any problems with it falling out. It should hold the 2-cell lights just as well, but the only issue is maybe because of the length and the weight, it might be balancing issues with the 2-cell lights, although it should really work anyway. Yeah, I mean, the kit overall is $20 online, and it's a great concept. When 47's first announced the Prism, I was amazed that no other flashlight company had done something like that before, and it just seems so simple, but it's really good if you already have a Quark light. If you want a headlamp and you don't already have a Quark light, then it might be hard to convince you to actually buy a Quark light and then a Prism. But Quark lights in general are great, and if you already have one and you want a headlamp, then for $20 you can basically turn any of your Quark series lights, well, most of the Quark series lights, into a headlamp. And I think that just adds another dimension of versatility to the Quark series. You don't have to use it with a Quark flashlight. I mean, any light with similar head dimensions will work. I have a Nightcore EX10 here. The head diameter is a little smaller than the Quark, but it does fit okay. Like, I guess you can add a layer of tape onto the light and it'll fit even better. it's a little looser than it is on the Quark. Like when the prism's on the Quark, I have no doubts that it'll stay on there because the housing is made of rubber and it basically kind of stretches over the head of the light. Whereas with the night core, it actually doesn't stretch at all. It just kind of slips on almost perfectly. I tried using it for a night and I didn't find any issues. I wasn't afraid that it would fall off or anything, and in fact, it didn't fall off. The only thing is, if you have a light with a diameter head bigger than the Quark series, then obviously you can't use this kit. But I mean, yeah, if you need a headlamp, which headlamps are very useful, especially if you're into camping or hiking, or it frees up both your hands to do work, and you already have a Quark flashlight, or you're considering, getting one anyway, then the Prism is definitely a great accessory for you to add with the flashlight. So yeah, that's about it for this review. Thanks for watching.